Hello guys, as you can see, we have a blackboard here. I have a chalk in my hand, some tea in my hand, and a team in the office. We are preparing this year, 2026, to bring you a lot of knowledge and information, finance, accounting, taxation, business, anything that you might think of that will improve our lives now and in the future. Today we have a very interesting topic that I want us to discuss. So I'm also learning it. So it's not that I'm putting it to you from a point of expertise, but I want to challenge your ideas, I want to challenge your thoughts so that tuone how we can help each other understand the psychology of money in Kenya. Tujue, why do some people have it? Why do some people don't have it? Why does it stick to some people? Kwa nini kwa wengine doesn't stick? So, welcome. Take this journey with me. My name is Jeph Kanani.
Welcome to the unveiling of untold history documentaries, mastering classes in business management, and sparking insights through money dialogues. This is Jeph Kafka TV, where you discover untold business histories, master the art of management, and ignite money conversations that matter.
I want to start off with a very interesting concept that I found somewhere. And it's something that you already know. I want to ask you whether you know your identity. In Kiswahili unajijua. But before you even answer that, do you also know your money identity? Like, are you the same person ukiwa na pesa and the same person wakati hauna pesa? So, your identity, how do you define yourself? And what is your money identity? And before you even answer that, what is your lie identity? Because I'm sure there are so many things you know, you believe, but they are lies. But you identify yourself with them. So meaning here, when you're talking about the psychology of money, three things will come out. Your true identity, your money identity, and your lie identity. And I want to challenge you, fikiria, when you think about money, nikuulize one thing, when you think about rent, what comes to mind? Watu wengi ni stress. Rent inamensioniwa, stress. When you think about bills, general bills, unafikiria school fees, stress. Unafikiria house helper you'll pay her, ina-associatiwa kwa mind yako na stress. You never think about bills and happiness at the same time. Why? Ufikiri rent and then you're like, thank God, rent ni that yet. Why? But the same way, when you think about the money that you're going to receive, ni end month. Why don't you think end month na ikuja na stress, but end month inakuja na kafuraha? The same way Fridays come with some sort of excitement, unlike Mondays. Don't you see, this is one person, but with very many different identities. Let me take you deeper, maybe to your childhood, your being raised up. And most of us think or relate to poverty. We relate to incidences when we lacked. Hatukuwa na school fees, hatukuwa na uniform, hatukuwa na food, in the house, clothes on our backs. We remember those things. And what do you remember about them? It's our parents telling us, hakuna pesa. Sindio? Yeah. So, you've grown up believing, hakunanga pesa. So, the hardest thing to get ni pesa. If your parents didn't have it, you grew up in a poor neighborhood, if the neighbors didn't have it, the friends didn't have it. The associates that you associate with don't have it. So, kumaanisha, if they don't have it, it must be true that there is no money. So who are we identifying here with? Is it the real you? Your money identity? Or the lie identity that you have created in yourselves? So when you talk about psychology, it's about the mind, right? You're thinking, you're believing, you've become what you think and believe. Now, I want us to demystify, look at these lies that we know, then maybe set up some money identities that we should have. But at the end of it all, create an identity that doesn't change irrespective of how money is flowing in or out in us. So I want us to look at key critical areas that affect us. And I think I've already mentioned one. And one of them is scarcity. Scarcity mindset. So to be able to understand scarcity, Niulize, what is the opposite of scarcity? Abundance. Yeah. So a lot of these called gurus who talk about motivation and all that, they tell us to think about abundance. But my best reference about abundance is the Bible. The Bible talks about Christ coming to give us life and to give us in abundance. And even at the first part where God provided, that was Adam and Eve, the Bible tells us he provided to them everything freely and abundantly. You know, three words that define the same thing but in very different depths. Everything. Imagine you have been given everything. Freely, then abundantly. Then you change all that to scarcity. Now you're thinking about scarcity. You're thinking about not having and not having enough. Because scarcity is not having enough always. Now, there is a theory in economics. I mean, when you go to school to study economics, I think the very first topic you're defining economics. Economics is the study of allocating scarce resources to unlimited wants. So already your mind has been set up in school about scarcity. That is the definition. Allocating scarce resources to unlimited wants. So even the education system wants to show you that resources are scarce, but your wants are limited. Yeah? So it's like we cannot live in a world where resources are abundant and your wants are also many. So meaning that for every want that you have, there should be a resource to satisfy it. But now, what does scarcity mean? For every want that you have, there are not enough resources to satisfy it. That's why you have to bring in the concept of choosing. You have to choose one and leave the other. Right? And that's why we do things like budgeting. Why? Because I've budgeted to pay rent, because this resource is not enough to pay rent and do something else. That's what we do. That's our money identity and lie identity. We budget because the resource is not sufficient to do this and this. It's only available to do one and leave the other. And in most cases, it's leave others. That's why we're in a perpetual poverty kind of lifestyle. Because what is others? It means you're living a good accommodation so that you can be able to stay in the one that you have. Your kids have to go to a school that is limited by your resources, so you have to leave whatever else. You have to work because fuel and car is others. You have to do all that. Yeah. But tell me, is it not possible then, if this is the case, if this is the situation, is it not possible then to have a situation whereby there are enough resources equal to your wants? Because they are rich people. You can't tell me that Bill Gates uses this kind of lifestyle. I don't think Bill Gates budgets how much he'll pay rent so that and then he says, no, now I cannot be able to afford a car or a jet. Because to him, the resources are even more than his wants. His abundance is what God said, everything freely, abundantly. So tell me, who brought this psychology? Who brought this mentality? Why do we believe in it? Because we will see later, maybe as we move on, the whole concept then leads us to what we learn, even in school, that we budget, we save, we invest, then we retire. That's the whole thing we learn in school, or even us as whoever, like people who teach finance. Maybe this is something I've also taught. I've told people, because your income is kidogo, do this budget. Whatever, because there will be a rainy day, do this, save. What does that mean? I don't believe that when a rainy day comes, you'll have enough resources to meet that need that day. So how do you prepare you mentally? Save. Because of my mindset, it's in scarcity. Then when you save, I foresee a situation whereby you'll not be working. So I want you to be able to survive during that period. Notice the word is survive. So I tell you, whatever you have, put it somewhere so that at the end of 10, 20 years, you can get it, so that when you're no longer able to work, you can retire. So the whole concept is based on scarcity mindset. Tell me, Bill Gates or those people who own big businesses, they plan cash flows, they plan strategies, they plan businesses, they plan acquisitions, they plan how shall we spend money, not how shall we cut money. We're going to acquire this and this company. I mean, you're always hearing Mark Zuckerberg acquiring Twitter. I mean, not Twitter, WhatsApp. Elon Musk acquired Twitter the other day. Was they talking about budgeting? Or they planning about spending?
Planning about spending.
Because to them, this doesn't exist. There is enough for whatever they want. So that to them now, there is nothing like saving. Everything is expanding. Because what they have now done, whatever they have acquired, instead of it cutting their incomes or resources, it's expanding them.
Yeah.
A guy is worth $400 billion. Then Tesla gives him an offer to give him $1 trillion as his net worth. Why? Because he's not saving. He's not telling these people, let us now cut the staff in our organization so that we can save. Let us now stop production of electric cars so that we can save. No, he's giving them more opportunities to expand, which means spending more. But where unafanya nini? The income you're getting, una save. You're saving. So our investing maybe is not like, yes.
Does it mean that saving is bad?
The question should be, are you saving from a scarcity or an abundant mindset? Because if you're saving because you are anticipating a rainy day, because what do they tell us to save? Save today, the occasion kikiuma for emergency. What is an emergency? It means you're sick and you don't have a resource to provide for that sickness. So that is why you had to put aside your income. Ndio hiyo siku ikifika ufanya nini? Upate kitu ya kutumia. So Elon Musk might have savings, maybe. Not even Elon Musk. Let's say a businessman. Yeah. But this businessman has cash flows from his business. So when that rainy day comes, he has the option to use cash flows from his business because that is a resource he has access to, or his savings. Yeah. If he didn't have savings, he had already invested in the business. It means the business can be able to repay him at any time and utilize that amount or that resource for that need.
So that means we should not save from scarcity. The idea is not to save from scarcity mindset.
Exactly. And that's why, as we continue with this series, one of the biggest and my most passionate topics that I would want us to discuss is about everyone being able to start a business. Because the people who do this, if you look at it under a microscope even further, they are employees. Where the resources are restricted, time is restricted, whatever is restricted. So it's like planned for you. But who do employees work for? For the people who are now their abundance mentality. So before we maybe move on further, look at what happens in this schedule that you're seeing. We're talking about budgeting, save, investing. So we said even, maybe these might be true even with the rich in the those with abundance mentality, they also invest. But now the investment is, we'll see how it is different from this one in a short while. But tell me, do the rich retire?
No, I don't.
I think for them, they rest or relax, right? Yeah. Because what does retire mean? Retire means, look at it this way. If I tell you, as an employed person, you're earning, let's say, even 100,000 every month, yeah? That means your budget has to fit that every month, right? Can you be able to earn 100 and save 100,000? No. It's not possible. So out of these, how much will you save probably?
Maybe it's 15, 10,000, maybe 20.
Let's say at maximum 20. So you earn this, you save 20, right? So you'll save this 20 for a long time and even invest it for it to earn some interest, right? When you retire, what happens? This income goes away. So what are you left with? This 20,000, isn't it? So let's say even this 20 has grown because of your savings to maybe 30,000 worth of that value every month. So I'm telling you now, since you have retired, you can't be able to live your lifestyle of 100,000. Now you have to live a lifestyle of 30,000 for every month that you're alive. So what happens when this 30,000 is over? Or what happens when it is not enough?
You start going for loans, looking for ways to fill that.
No, you start calling your kids. You start selling the little assets that you had. You're in survival mode. You're in scarcity mode.
Yes.
Someone who had a car, all of a sudden now they have retired. Unakutana nao kwa barabara mguu. Retirement is not good. It's in the You're supposed to be like akina the rich people. That is when now they have yachts. That's when they have these things they call philanthropy, so that they can be able to go to different organizations to give out money. Yeah. They are old like this person, but they are not surviving.
I guess the misunderstanding that we have is that when you get old, is maybe you retire. Like, okay.
Yes.
The psychology.
The identity is that when you get old, you retire. Yeah. But that's a concept that has come up that we have in our mind. Ati, nimemaliza shule, nimeandikwa job, after a few years nita retire. Niende, ocha or do what, then nikufe. That is like, it's in our minds. Yeah. It's the identity that you have identified with. So, I hope you can be able to see that and understand it, right? The second thing that affects our identity or money identity or the identity that we tell ourselves is our history with poverty. So I've already mentioned this, that a lot of us have been brought up in poverty. Like in Kenya, as we know, the percentage of people that are rich is very small, less than 10%. Everyone else lives as either poor or destitute poor. You know, we barely survive. Mm-hmm. So everyone has a story about poverty. Mm-hmm. So combine this with the scarcity mindset, where you believe, one, it's hard to get money. It's hard to get money. That is one thing that people believe. And that's why we have even this hustle mentality. What does hustle mean? Survival, struggle. So it's hard. You have to struggle. You have to really like sweat, break a lot of barriers, etc. So, and then when you get it, you need to, okay, let me get these. I don't know how to put it well in writing, but lazima uonyeshane nimepata. Proof. You have to get that approval at nimehustle, at least nimepata. Sindio? But how do you show that?
Yes.
It ends up with quick spending. Yes, we agree. You've been brought up in poverty. Umepata kazi, which is a good thing. Yes. You've gotten an income, right? But instead of building yourself so that you can also build wealth for generations, so that your kids cannot use the same story, you start now living beyond your means because unataka watu wakutambue. You want to get that approval. Ame hustle, ame make it. To make that point clear, someone who is earning 10,000 shillings, they'll say they're struggling, right? But have you not heard also someone earning 150,000 shillings saying the same thing?
Yeah.
Because they're all doing the same thing, but at different levels. Huyu wa 10,000 haezi kosa kupeleka mabeshte wakule pizza na wakunywe kahawa, atukurudishia mwili asanti. Or even on Fridays kukunywa kitu kidogo. But what is he actually doing? He's trying to get that approval from his friends and the people around him. So he's spending quickly whatever he's getting. This person starts earning 30,000 shillings. All of a sudden, the 5,000 shillings house that he was living in is not comfortable. Lazima aende ya 10. Place alikuwa anatembea na lazima atumie piki ama Uber. Why?
Because it's getting approval.
But that is what the whole
Identity.
yes, the whole concept of people that we look up after wenye tunaona hata kwa social media, that's what they are doing. Mtu ametoka hapa kiingia level lingine kidogo, we have to get exposed to all whatever he's spending. But what is he doing? He's just continuing this story because even that person earning 500,000, what will they do? They'll have a very big car, very big loan, very many expenses at the end of the month. And because of these trying to show yourself off, you'll attract friends, and friends will only need you when they want something. You'll attract family, even you didn't know you had. Kitu ikihappen nyumbani, pigia nani? Ng'ombe imemeza kijiko. We need money for this. Etc. So what happens? You are at those levels of income, maybe at 10,000, at 30, at even 100, at even 500,000. But at the end of it all, when you retire, it's like you're in the same level. Because the trauma in poverty, the history in poverty, made your mind identify with a lie that money is hard to get. You have to struggle to get it. And when you get it, you have to show off that you've gotten it. And by showing off, you live beyond your means. When you live beyond your means, you don't, as much as we were talking about the survival mindset of saving and all that, you don't do that, or you rarely do that. So at the end of it all, when this guy is working after he has retired, you're also working. Sijui kama umeona those stories of people who are in the public limelight, like MPs or MCAs, but after wametoka hiyo kazi, wameisha. Mtu amekosa kureelectiwa, he goes back to border business. You've seen that? Yeah. So those are people who are making these amounts of money, but because they had to get approval from the society, they had to help every friend who came calling.
Because they are MPs.
Because they're MPs. They had to help every relative who had an issue. They ended up spending everything. Because there's also that belief, hii pesa itaisha. So afadhali nifanye nini? Nitumie.
Does that also explain why people go for more loans?
Yes. Yes, there's an economic concept called the law of diminishing returns, which states that the more and more you take something, the more and more its utility goes down. Yani, tuseme kama uko na kiu sana, and you get a very cold Coca-Cola. Hebu imagine kuikunywa kukiwa na jua, unasikiaje? Vizuri sana, si ndio? So the level of satisfaction is like 10, si ndio? Then someone gives you a second one. Utaikunywa, but ita hit kama ile ya kwanza. The third one? So by the time I'm giving you the fourth one, you don't derive any satisfaction from it. Si ndio? But look at money. Kuna mtu ashaisema, imetosha. So money has that now. It doesn't follow that law. It doesn't have the diminishing return. Anyone, ukimpatia pesa zaidi, atakubali. But something that we might even mention now, since you've brought up that way, until you have your own identity, money will only be used to amplify your identities. Like, that's why you find someone was very good when they didn't have money.
Yeah.
But wacha ashike pesa.
Kiburi.
So what has money done? It has just amplified whom he really is.
Yeah.
What he really believes.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's why it's very, very dangerous to, I think, according to myself, to start with a lot of money at the beginning.
Yeah.
Afadhali kuanza na kidogo, but with an identity
Yeah.
and with the right psychology,
Yeah.
such that even a lot of money doesn't shock you. Okay, I'm jumping here and here, but because I've already said that point. So you've heard of these cases whereby someone doesn't have money at all. Then kitu ina happen, like an injury, anapata compensation from insurance. All of a sudden, he's a millionaire.
Because of the compensation.
Because of the compensation. Do you know in 90% of the cases of such people, when you wanafanya maybe hizo compensations, when you wanna win lotteries, just big money windfall, maybe amekishinda hizi za betting, they end up being even worse than they were.
Yeah, actually.
Kwa sababu money has amplified their identities. Juu ni mtu mwenye akitembea anaona Prado, anasema I wish naweza pata. Hajaanza ati na wish naweza pata motorbike, nijue bei ya mafuta, niende kwa gari ndogo, nijue cost ya kurepair. So to him, when he sees a big car, hiyo ndio inamfurahisha. So what happens when he gets a compensation of 5 million? First thing, Prado.
Quick spending. Yeah.
So he was working, then all of a sudden, Prado. Kiburi. He doesn't know to maintain, doesn't know the cost of fuel, etc. So, before I move on very far on that, so it is something that affects the mind so much. It really shapes people and their behavior towards money very much. So, again, now you have to look at yourself. Think about the lies that you know about poverty.
Yeah.
And think about how maybe you can be able to change from that.
Yeah.
Then I'll go to the third point. Okay, so this one I thought about it and thought it might be a little controversial. But let's reason together. The reason why probably you're where you are is because, one, education has shaped you. I'm in accounting, I'm in finance because I studied that course.
Yes.
So I don't know anything about medicine, I don't know a lot about law, I don't know a lot about other things.
Yes.
But when it comes to this line, I know. The same way, if you're in media, if you're in photography, if you're in cinematography, whatever you are in, you know that line well, because that is what you studied. But it so happens that the way I believe, or rather you believe in, for instance, the media course that you've studied, is based on someone or some line specifically that you think of.
Yeah.
Kwa sababu kila mtu akona line yake. Kuna mtu atakwambia kamera inafaa ikae hivi. Kuna mwingine atakwambia light zinafaa zikae hivi. Right? So you tend to reference the one that you think about or you watch most.
Yeah.
Na unaona kama wengine hawajui kenye. But it's in the same media sector.
Yeah,
right? So the same case with finance, the same case with wealth, the same case with money. There are so many people that talk about it, but in different ways.
True.
So whom you listen to mostly, whom you give your time to a lot, will definitely have an effect on how you believe or think about money. So it might be true, it might be a lie, but that person's influence is what I want us to look at.
Yeah.
Let me give you a simple example. Parents. Unakwambia aje, nimekupeleka shule, usome, upate kazi. So what is the way of creating money? Pate kazi. So you listen to your parent from when you're born to whatever time. And that's why most of us look for jobs.
Yeah.
Because that's what they told us. That is what they were told by their parents. Ni wadogo sana wanakwambia yes na kusomesha, but nataka ukifika form 4 uende uanze biashara. Ni wadogo sana watakwambia hivyo.
Yeah.
Even less will tell you, and that's maybe one of the ways you feel as Africans, that nimeanza biashara. Hii biashara ni ya viatu. I want you to go to school, study the basics, then go to, I'll look for a private tutor who will teach you specifically about shoes, about marketing shoes, about developing the shoe business. So that when I move on, you can take over my business. You find still parents have businesses, but wanataka watoto wakuwe doctors, engineers, etc. So our parents, they do that. They influence us. Guardians. They influence us. So there are those who will influence us to study and get jobs. There are those who influence us to study and do business. But they don't have the capacity to control the consequences of what happened when the influence doesn't work. Juni parents wangapi wanakutafutia kazi ama wanakupatia kazi? Wewe ukishasoma, their last appearance with you is your picture at graduation. The next one is if you make it, ndio. You'll be in a picture with them. Yes. So meaning they have the capacity to control your psychology, but not the consequences of what you do. Another class here is, how do I put it? Okay, for brokers or sellers of financial products. Let me put it this way. Kama sifanyi biashara ya simu, do I have any business telling you to buy a phone? No. But if my business is selling phones, if you go to my TikTok, you go to my WhatsApp status, you go to my Facebook, I'll always be talking about, oh, kuna hii simu imefika. Oh, kuna hii simu iko na hizi features. Ukitaka niku plug deal, kuja. You know, because I'm in that business, that's where I'm making my money.
Yes.
Yeah? I won't care if laptops are better than phones. I won't care if tablets are better than phones. I won't care if you have other things to do that are better than. I just want you to buy because I'm in that business. So I want us to look at it this way. The people who sell this story, budget, save, invest, retire, ni nani?
Brokers of financial products.
This person wants to sell you stocks so that they can make money. They want to sell you bonds. They want to sell you what they call special funds. And wanakwambia nunua money market funds. If you listen to them only, then this becomes your only way of making money. You're thinking, oh, I need to budget, save, invest in, because now when they come to this point, invest, it's in their products. They don't tell you to invest in a business. They don't tell you save, then invest in a business. They tell you to save in money market funds. Save in stocks, save in bonds. So what are you doing? The cash flow that you could be using to start your own business or to do your own things, you're giving it to these people. Now they have the liberty to do whatever they want with it. Them mbona hawa invest kwa hizo zenye wanakwambia invest, or don't you think, because this is what, as I've told you about the way I think about business. If I invest in a business, then I'm able to make more, because if money market fund will give me 10% per year. Stocks will give me dividends. I might not know the percentage, but something. Special funds might give me even 25% per year. Do you want to tell me I cannot be able to start a business that will give me more than this, and not just for the period that because remember, because of time, you always limited by time. Like if you retire at 60 and you've started working at 40, it means you can only invest for 20 years.
Yes.
But what if God has planned for you to live up to 100? Here you've retired, you don't have an income. And you're depending on what you had invested. But what if you've struggled for these 20 years to create a business that will be able to feed you comfortably without you retiring, and extend it to the next generation so that they don't have this poverty mentality?
That reminds me of the verse that says, a wise man leaves his wealth to his children's children. And I don't think you can live that well through this process.
Through this scarcity mindset. But what happens? If you go to TikTok, you go to YouTube, all these financial gurus, because they want you to buy their products, that's what they're teaching you.
Yeah.
So in your mind, that's the only way to make money.
Yeah.
Then it becomes either your identity or your money identity, but not still your real identity.
Yeah.
Maybe you're meant to do business, but you listen to me, and this is all I teach about. Buy money market funds, buy bonds, buy all that. I'm not saying it's wrong, remember. We're talking about the psychology of money. That this person had the potential for these 20 years to create the next Morgan business or the next Naivas. But they put all the investments on money market funds so that they can be able to survive when they retire. Die, we forget about them. Their kids, tulelewa na njaa. Because remember, for this person to be able to invest this, he had to cut
The budget.
Yes. Ina affect watu. Inaambia mtoi anataka kiatu, kuna pesa. Kuna pesa. But that why I say this is interesting and might also be controversial is also the church. Church tells us two things. Give, tithe. The gates of heaven will be opened. Blessings will come overflowing.
As long as you
Come
give,
100
Yes.
it will come.
Now, the unfortunate thing, there are people who don't listen to parents. They don't have access to these financial brokers. They only have access to church.
Yeah.
So what is the psychology about money, making wealth? Is that they have to give to the church. They have to tithe so that they can make money. I'm not refuting that it is true, but I want us to look at it maybe even from that faith perspective. Giving and expecting is hope. Working, earning, and maybe now giving
It's faith.
is faith. Hope is like, if I can use this word to define the other, hope is faith without action.
Yes.
But faith is hope with actions.
Please take
No, you're not supposed to use the same words to define the same thing. But look, and that's why we have this concept of a lot of people saying that a lot of people, especially parents, have been brainwashed by the church.
Yes.
Because to them, they believe the only way to get blessings is through giving and tithing.
Yeah. The only way.
Yes. Because remember, it's who you're listening to that influences
your identity.
Your identity, yeah. So I'm not saying it's wrong or not true, but it could be an identity. If you've made it your money identity, then you'll be frustrated most of the times. Because maybe to put this maybe with something else, I also see this happening mostly with motivational speakers. They sell hope.
Hope, yeah.
Without actions. Let's look at it maybe deeper like this. Because this is what I've heard. If I tell you that everything is already in abundance, that's what I've been teaching from, stopping from the scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
But then I tell you that all you need to do is align yourself to nature so that this abundance can find you. That is the teaching, right? I'm a motivational speaker. The universe is already abundant with resources, which is a good thing. At least it's changing the mentality of scarcity.
Yes.
But the only way now to access that abundance is to align yourself with the nature through meditation, through standing in the mirror and saying, I'm blessed, I'm rich, I possess. Through, doing those rituals where maybe in the evening you repeat it 12 times. How does that bring that abundance to you? It's like telling me, you can be here, then from nowhere, you have a garden. You can believe that you have a garden of apples without becoming the farmer that farms that garden to get the apples. It's like telling me you can believe that you can have bread without becoming the baker.
Yes.
Believe that you can have the house without becoming the builder.
Yeah.
Believe that I can have this podcast without, bringing myself out of the cocoon, standing in front of a camera, trying to teach something that might be hard. So tell me how it's possible to move from person to having without becoming. And this becoming is also the doing, the action in faith. And I think that's where maybe I appreciate more the people who do the hustle than the people who just do the motivation.
Yes.
Because the hustle, there's the doing.
Yes.
And this brings a very important point. In future, there's also another topic we'll talk about value. And I believe the doing is working on yourself to become. It's working hard on yourself to become. Because if you look at people whom maybe we might say do not have, or rather they don't have the resources in abundance, if you look at them, there's a small explanation where we can say that they have not worked on themselves to become.
Yes.
Because a watchman who thinks that the CEO is being paid high, but what has the watchman done or rather, what has the CEO done that the watchman has not done?
Yes.
Because these two people are being paid because one is a CEO, one is a watchman. But is it possible for these watchmen to become a CEO?
It is.
Yes. But how is it possible? Is it by these watchmen working hard, or by these watchmen working hard on himself?
Working hard on himself.
Because that would mean he'd have to go to school maybe to study business,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Find some employment that will give him experience in that area that he wants to be an expert in.
Yes.
Look for networks, maybe advance his education. So all he's doing is working hard on himself, right? But when people talk about working hard, to this watchman, he might mean, if I work more hours, they'll give me more responsibilities.
Yes.
And maybe in 10, 15 years' time, I'll have graduated and become the CEO. But in real sense, what he's saying is that if I do hard work, that's what he's thinking.
Yes.
Because for a watchman, how else can he show his value? He has to either work more hours. When the CEOs and the other people's cars come there, he's there cleaning them. Is it working hard or hard work?
Hard work.
That's hard work.
Hard work. Any other duty that he has to be sent, and he's the person who will go buy people lunches, he's the person who will, do those extra jobs.
Yeah.
So he might think he's working hard, but he's really doing hard work. What he's supposed to do is work hard on himself
Yes.
so that he can become that thing that he wants to use to have what he requires to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, I think this can be summarized by saying that if you don't work hard on yourself,
Yes.
you'll eventually do hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to note.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the people who influence us. The best kind of influence, according to me, because I'm obviously here, I would say doing it, is from entrepreneurs. Like, that's the kind of people I would want to listen to shape my psychology or to give me my money identity.
Yes.
Because what happens, one, an entrepreneur is someone who is actually doing a business. And here I need to clarify, this is not a person who is doing a business for the sake of it. Like, it's a business with a purpose. Because I don't think tenderpreneurs are entrepreneurs. You get a tender from the government, you supply one thing, then that's it. I mean, I don't think you can give me a lot of psychology about money. But look at these men who become billionaires. What is the reason why? Okay, right now there is an explosion in knowledge and all that. Kids are becoming billionaires. But in the old sense of business, billionaires are 60 years old and above. Why? Do you want to tell me that between maybe 30 and 60, they were doing nothing?
They were
They were doing something.
They were doing something.
Yeah.
This is when probably they started this business. Maybe by the time they were 40, the business had failed 2-3 times.
Yeah.
By the time they were 50, they had already been auctioned once or twice.
Yeah.
But they persisted. By the time they were 60, then that's when you finally realize, oh, so this is the man who produces this Jesus. So this is the man who has this industry. This is the man who has this media house. But the story started long time ago.
Yes.
It's a story of persistence, a story of doing a lot of hard work and also working hard. It's a story of heartbreaks because businesses fail. Story of learning. But the reason why I would want us to listen to them is because now we can avoid the pitfalls that they went through.
Yes.
We can maybe start from a point of knowledge instead of a point of ignorance.
Yes.
Yeah. So to me, I think I have a bias towards whom should we listen to if we want maybe to have a money identity that will guide us towards what I would call lasting wealth.
Yes.
It's entrepreneurs, people in purposeful businesses. Yeah. So the next thing I want us to discuss about, and it's the last one, is the curse of sudden wealth. I'll give you 2 stories about this, and finally we can be able to conclude everything. One, there was a guy called Samuel Longishishi, and I don't know whether he's still there, but 10 years ago, he was herding goats and cattle somewhere in Samburu. And one fateful morning, when boys, young men, you're herding, you also play with your peers. They saw a small shiny object in the bushes, and Longishishi went to check what it was. Knowingly, and unfortunately for him, several years back, British Army had used that field to do experiments on explosives. And that was one of the shells that they had left behind. So when Longishishi went to check what it was, it exploded. Nearly killed him, but didn't kill him.
Yes.
So he was hurt. He was in a coma for several years, I think. And by the time he was coming back to his senses, there was already a case. Lawyers had already taken up the case. They were suing the British government. Him and several other people had been injured. And luckily for him, the case was almost ending when he was getting out of the coma. And what does he know? He has a compensation, about 10 million shillings. So from a cattle herder in Samburu to a coma for several years to a million, not million, 10 million shillings in the bank compensation. And what is that, first of all? It's sudden wealth. Sudden in the sense that you've not worked for it. As much as you've not worked for it, you've not inherited it. It's inheritance as a way of like you are expecting it at some point. It's not even a lottery. No lottery, you have to play some games before. So at least you can be able to plan for it. So for him, it was totally unexpected. For him, for his village. And Longishishi, like many of us, are those people who walk around admiring to have those things that we see. We see a big car, we want to have it. A big house, you want to have it. People eating well in big restaurants, you want to have that. So Longishishi didn't waste any time. The first money he got, started spending. Went to the best shops, bought suits for himself, carried mashukan for everyone in the village. He had to go back to the village with a statement. I've made it, A few months later, 6, 7 wives. Everyone with a house. Longishishi had money. Samburu, 6 wives already, plus the one that he had, 7. Then he had this idea of having a Land Cruiser. He's in Samburu back there. No, but he doesn't want an old one.
Yes,
A new one. A brand new one, direct from the shop. But he doesn't even know how to drive. So he has to come with a driver. So even the food in his village couldn't taste well. So he had to go to Isiolo for lunch, Meru for dinner, Nairobi for weekends. He has a driver, he has money. He's Longishishi, he's a millionaire. And he also bought businesses, like people who take who were there to take advantage of him, and they had struggling businesses. They told him, he chemist, Tafanya. Someone who has never run a business, no, he owns a chemist. No, he had also hardware and several other businesses. But at the end of it all, 1 year did not end before the 10 million ended. Mwaka, pesa ilisha kabla ya mwaka. So Longishishi doesn't know how to run businesses. Longishishi doesn't know how to drive. Longishishi has spent all his money on fun, consumables, because even this big car, the mafuta kila siku na. So at the end of the year, no money, but he still wants to maintain the lifestyle. So nani nataka kununua hii gari haraka haraka, 800,000 sold. Nataka kununua hii chemist haraka haraka, niko na 20k sold. Because he wants to continue living the life. Finally, nothing could continue that lifestyle. So Longishishi had to go back to being a cattle herder. So thankfully, at least he had bought some cattle and he had the 7 wives. That's what now his legacy is. But luckily for him, it didn't take him to insanity. But there are some cases where people, the whole essence is when you're there, you're like the pillar of that community. Everyone looks upon you for support. But when you come back down, everyone deserts you. So what happens? You might get a mental condition. That's why people say, ati marafiki ni wabaya. Lakini wewe ulikuwa mbaya. Them, they are still themselves. When you uliwapeleka hiyo level, then so Longishishi lost everything. And that's a true story. You can research it. So basically, one, when you don't have any identity here, like your own identity, money identity, or even the lies about money that you might have, like for Longishishi, he didn't even have anything to do with investing because he didn't know. So basically, and he couldn't, and there's also that thing we call decision paralysis. Like there are so many people whispering to you what you should do with your money that you're not able to make a decision. So nisikize mzazi, nisikize bibi, nisikize rafiki. So you end up being confused or you choose not to do anything they tell you. Unasema, achana na mimi, I'll do what I want. There are people who tell those kind of people, ukishinda lottery, fix it somewhere for like, if you get an inheritance, fix it somewhere for like 1 year. Before you, as in, so that you can accept you have that money, then you can be able to plan. Anafikiria, ushaishika pesa kama hiyo, unani advice na hii pesa yako kidogo. So they don't listen. Then there's that pressure, as you said. I mean, in Africa, there's something we call black tax. Misionangi kani mbaya. But when some people know that you have money, they extend also their claims to you, to knowing you. Like wanataka kusaidiwa kila kitu. The expectations are high. The pressure iko juu. Mpaka ati akona pesa lakini hawezi saidia mtu, So everyone expects you to help them. So you end up misusing everything, going back to being even worse than you. But not, unfortunately, this thing happens to almost everyone. In different levels. Juu unapata, there are people who are lucky. Like tuseme, you are good at your job, nini, then an organization that pays 10 times what you're earning hires you. So you're earning 50,000, you go somewhere, you're earning 500,000. Yes, you deserve it because those are your skills and everything, but the curse of sudden wealth might still follow you if you still don't have identity. And some people doesn't even take that much money. Inachukua tu pesa kidogo. There's someone, tunaongea Longishishi about 10 million shillings. Kuna mtu 30k itamharibu seriously. 30k. He's been a laborer, he earns 200 shillings every day. Then siku moja ati umesema ati umembariki na 30,000. Next thing you hear, kwa mazishi yake next Saturday. 30K. Yeah. But to summarize these all, Luke 15 from verse 11 to 32. So Jesus was giving this parable. Jesus continued. There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger one said to his father, Father, give me my share of the estate. So he divided his property before them. Not long after that, the younger son got together all he had, set off for a distant country, and there squandered his wealth in world living. And he had spent everything. There was a severe famine in the whole country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to a citizen of that country, who sent him to his fields to feed pigs. He longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. 17. When he came to his senses, he said, How many of my father's hired servants have food to spare, and here I am starving to death? I will set out and go back to my father and say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants. So he got up and went to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. The son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servants, Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For the son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. So they began to celebrate. Meanwhile, the older son was in the field. When he came near the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked him, What is going on? Your brother has come, he replied, and your father has killed the fattened calf because he has him back safe and sound. The older brother became angry and refused to go in. His father went out and pleaded with him, but he answered his father, Look, all these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours who has squandered your property with prostitutes comes home, you kill the fattened calf for him. My son, the father said, You're always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we have to celebrate and be glad because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. Now I want us to do something. Take that parable and forget a little bit about what we've been taught in church. It's about a sinner repenting, right? It's true. But I want us to look at it this way. It's about a son who got sudden wealth, inheritance, went and squandered it. Then a famine came. So meaning after he squandered it, mashida zikaanza. Looked for a job to feed pigs, but he couldn't even get food, so he had to eat what the pigs were eating. Came back to his senses. But when he came back to his senses, there's something that the Bible reveals. He told himself that I'll go to my father, but I'll tell my father I'm not worthy to be called your son. Meaning, he already had, he was there. But because of the poverty, because of the sudden wealth curse, because of the money identities that he did or didn't have, his experience with money made him lose his original identity. I'm not worthy to be called your son. He told it to himself, then went home and repeated it to his father. Nimerudi, but please, I don't have an identity. treat me like your servants. So another character comes in, the brother. The brother is like, ulichukua vitu zako. What are you doing back here? You know, he refuses to go to the party. He complains to his father. I've been faithful. I've not done what he has done. Lakini hata huwezi nichinjia mbuzi. But what does his father do? The father accepts this boy not as a servant. To the father, he didn't lose the identity of the son. He accepts him back as a son. He accepts him back as equals with his older son because he calls him your brother. He feeds him. He accepts him back with clothes and everything. But no, here is the moral of the story. One, we have identified that an identity is irrespective of your money identity or your lie identity. It's irrespective of how much money you have or how much money you don't have.
Yeah.
But your money identity will help you get the correct psychology. If it works out, if it doesn't work out, you still have your identity. Because not everything will work out. You'll start a business, it will fail. You'll get employed, you'll lose the job. You'll have money, sometimes you won't. But what happens is that the society is the big brother here. It judges us. Huyo amepatiwa chance, so hafai kupewa chance tena. That's what the big brother argued. He has already wasted his inheritance. He doesn't deserve to come back. That's the society. Society, that's our actual parents, siblings, friends, workmates. If someone messes up, that's the last chance. This father, this is actually a good way that it calls him father, because I think fathers and mentors play the same role. Like if I'm mentor to you and you mess up, when you come back, I shouldn't lose identity of who you are. I should be the first one to bring you back in. And look at it this way. I've given examples of situations whereby parents will work hard and even start businesses. But when it goes to the next generation, that is their kids, they mess the business up. Why? Because parents or the father doesn't give the son or the mentees the opportunity to go and mess up. This father had refused to give this boy his share of the inheritance. He would still have stayed home. He'd still have, been treated well. But once the father dies, because his lie identities were there, he'd still have gone and squandered the wealth. And he wouldn't have somewhere to come back to. But now he has been given a chance when the father is still alive, when the father still has resources to go and try and mess.
Yes.
Now he has come back. The father tells the brother, whatever I have is yours. So it means now this son who has come back, he has to work. He has now to learn the money identity the right way.
Does that then mean that if the very first son is not careful, he might find himself in the situation where his brother was, because the wealth that now the father has, somehow the other one has not learned.
Yeah, exactly. And that is the curse of the sudden wealth.
Yes.
Because now he takes, this is all my inheritance.
Yeah.
But not the good thing is, the Bible says he was out there in the field working. So at least we can assume he knows how to do all these things. Yeah. But the key thing I would advise parents, mentors, whoever it is that have control over, especially our young generation, let them go and mess up.
Yes.
When they mess up, let's not lose who they really are.
Yes.
let them come back. Let them teach the right money identity. Remove the lie identities. And that's the best way. We'll have the right psychology of money and the right way forward. So for any comment, the comment section is open for any questions, and we'll see in the next episode. This has been great.
Welcome to the unveiling of untold history documentaries, mastering classes in business management, and sparking insights through money dialogues. This is Jeph Kafka TV, where you discover untold business histories, master the art of management, and ignite money conversations that matter.